they've struggled on this map recently against some real low-level opponents as well. And it's a map that Sinners have looked good on. It's a map that Sinners have always been pretty good on. It's one that they sometimes pick into. So we'll see how this one goes. First blood drawn at least by Calyx, so... They're off to the right start, continuing to press onto the A side. These USPs just aren't connecting. Sometimes the pistol rounds just go like this. You're tapping away, you're praying for a head, and sometimes the bullets hit, sometimes they don't. Peppo, he is hitting, to be fair. But nobody else is. He pulls down to shock, and again, it's body shots. Ooh. It's 3-2, we sit. Sinners back in the lead, back in control. A lot of early damage dealt out along, but Master's still alive. He needs support from his teammates. He's calling in. They're crossing, they're pressuring. Whilst imo was able to catch out one, Shock's still alive and doing damage. So 3 grouping up, heading towards B. Only the one man to stand in their way. It's Kissarak. B sticks on the other side. Starts to rotate his way over as, wow, a lot of noise being heard. Luxton entries with the AWP. That is just ridiculous. Balls of steel, full confidence. He shuts down, round under lock and key. I don't think Sinners should be able to do too much about this. B-Stick's giving it a go, to be fair, and inflicting a bit of damage. It should be all she wrote. Eternalfire knowing that while Sinners will still have a buy behind them, it's a very fragile economy. Losing this round will break the money. Give them some real troubles. Stress up. Delivers for one, but it's an instant trade. Luxton's been pretty consistent on this sort when he's needed to be. So contact down along. bnox takes a tag down to 31. Shot comes from over the top. Flash over. He has to drop. And this site is under jeopardy again. The nades rain in. Master spam. He's having a hard time finding this one. The HG is going to follow up as well. All right, shut down, lock and key. stuff. Quickly start to recognize how concerning this can become real quick. For Mas. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Kisarek wants to play off of B-Stick's contact, but he gets blown away. Stressan arrives at the party. It's a strong kill out of him. bnox will spam. Calyx will trade. imoRR. Oh, lovely shot. Devo gets his head blown off. imoRR's just gonna keep it coming. Barreling towards the site, still smashing heads. Shock. Desperate to dish out a bit of damage through these smokes, but unlikely to find it. imoRR is absolutely farming. He's found 4 kills in this round. It's looking exceptionally good. Of course, as does Luxon. Luxon's just quicker, my god. That's kind of filthy. He's hitting some really good shots today. Not always easy to stay confident when you're going for that long pick. You always feel as though they're going to beat you to the corner. You're taking a major risk taking an early duel like that, but yeah, handled nicely. B-Stick. One short. Somewhat ready for Calyx, but like I said, it's just more ready for everything else. I'm going to go ahead and say this trial's going pretty well so far. bnox follows up with another. They are just dismantling this Sinners. This then becomes important. Pop a smoke up top. imoRR's managed to take first blood. The perfect start as it's gone completely untraded. Stressan in the meantime will get that smoke over. Flashbang out. Ooh. Oh, wow. Cutting this too fine as well. I think they were hoping that there's going to be a bit of overthinking going on. There we go. Hello. Sorry, folks. I had a bit of a technical issue. I've not just been completely silent for the last few minutes. I am here. I've been yapping away to myself. But my microphone decided to stop working, I think. I had to unplug it, plug it back in again. So sorry about that. This just hasn't really felt good enough for Sinners, though. It's going to be 11 rounds for eternalfire, surely, Kisarek. Jump onto this B site, try and go for a last second plant, but Arkın. In hand, posted up and ready. Flashbang over as the molly goes into short. Eagle. Oh. Not bad. Wow. Overrunning. This is not a round they're supposed to be winning. bnox tries to save the day, and to be fair, he does. He makes this really doable now. Ball down to a 2v2 with 60 seconds left. Got a bit of time to work with. This would be one hell of a round to win. B6 going to spearhead this with the M4. Master's definitely just seen the shoulder. We'll call in for the rotate, but it is going to be slow. Second rifle recovery. That's out timing out, people. That's out timing out, people, for spoilers. You're getting timed out. 2 spoilers. Get the ban hammer. Arkın. Nice shot. Doing a lot of lifting in this game, and yeah, sort of the trial-y, I guess we'll call it. Poetic if he's the one to going. It closed. Shot. He's got no place. He's really hungry for this fight. Oh, gets the opportunity to catch out Mast. He's wrapping around. That's not really going to give him any information there either, to be honest. I mean, just a straggler there in bottom mid. It's not going to matter. The pick of the Sinners, and an important one to take. Getting off to a good start here is absolutely key after their slow start to Dust 2. Oh, God. Really messy stuff. But Mars prevails with the Glock, the extra bullets, that spam ability. Get it over the line for him. Shock's timing's really awkward. Oh, no. imoRR plays for the trigger discipline. Doesn't realize just how low Shock is on health. Logan will find out. One bullet will do the trick. Taps in these digits, but no way that he doesn't get overrun. The bomb plant is valuable in itself. But a bit of BM, bit of teabag in there from Kisarek. Doesn't really matter how you get there. Doesn't really matter if it's super scrappy or whatever. Win the pistol round, you're in good stead. Great opening kill with the nade. It's going to do them a lot of favours. bnox has taken some early tags, as has imoRR. But nothing as potent as that man advantage. There is still an extra rotation in place over towards Ace. They've somewhat stacked up and ready for this execute. So eternalfire do look like at least they are going to commit to a press here, and they're going to walk into the rifles. This is a locked and loaded site. You've even got the fourth man on the way in the form of B-Stick already in library. Molly into the pit. They'll fly out. Oh, Calyx. Instant entry. Trades are good. Brings it down to a 2v2, but so low on health. Peppo is the last man standing. Honestly, this game's looked pretty uninspiring from Sinners. got plenty of time to make up for that, but... as it stands, it's felt flat, it's felt stale. Gonna go for the spams? Oh my god, oh wow. Okay. The idea was to innovate with a boost over the smoke, but... a laser beam and a headshot right through it will do the trick as well. 5-7. Does actually land the head of the body of Mast. The bomb will be tapped. They know they need to be careful. There is a flank coming in from Banana as well, and it's shock on an M4. This is doable. They need a bit of luck on their side and to play their cards right. You will have heard that second oranges drop, and there you go. One onto the man on quad, doubling down now to press on to the site. bnox overrun, and Calyx is miles away. I don't even think the bomb's planted for him, so yeah, once that contact's made, jressy's going to jump on this C4. The problem is he doesn't have a kit, but he is in the smoke. Spams have got to be on the money, and they're not. Okay, 1 for 1, B-stick. Would be enough any other time, but he's the solo anchor on the B site, so now they've got to play for the retake. No kits, no util. Kind of made the wrong call to stack the wrong site. Now this gets tricky. Shock does at least manage to catch one through the smoke. Makes it a little bit easier with bnox low as well. Kisarek wants to find a timing, does get caught by Lugson, and straight into the crossfire. They will continue to go, but Stressen's MP9 snatches away a double. Shock knows he hasn't got time on this. Again, it's come real close, and they've done mega damage. They can't finish it off. Never seems to be more than just an insta 1 for 1 in the start of these rounds. eternalfire playing a very sort of group up approach, and therefore just really consistent with the trading. Sinners have not been allowed a foot in many of these situations because, yeah, contact's made, they take one, it's an instant trade, and left in an awkward spot. Oh my god. This is so smart from bnox. If he decides to walk back into A, if he goes and joins his teammate, then it's foolish, and yeah, I don't know. Now I start to second guess it. And the contact was made on B. bnox and Lugson just run back to A. They can be pretty confident that it's going to be an empty site, and he can play a 2v2 post plant, but he's not committed to go and join in his teammates. In that case, if he goes and joins them, he's got a very good chance of trading, and then at least it goes into a 1v1. Now the numbers against him, but there is no kit again. Kisarek and Peppo. Got to really speed this up. Oh my god, they've just thrown it. That's it. The round is lost. There's no kit. Even if Peppo finds his kill, that's it. It's done. Jeez. This has not looked good at all for Sinners. To an effective 1v1, but it's the only way to win the round. And for the trade won't do it. Again, these early 1 for 1s. eternalfire are the ones better off. Smoke goes into CT, stress out. Boost Peppo over the top. bnox is going to walk his way up. In and through that smoke. Oh, tries to play the trigger discipline. Punished for doing so, but that'll be confirmation. There's 2 on B. They're just going to book it right back. Sinners need to hurry up and rotate. This feels like a bit of a given. The eternalfire are now going to head towards the alpha site, and Shock is the only man here to defend it. Smoked off. With that moto smoke, Luxon catches Shock without too much damage in response. It leaves it on to Stressan and Peppo. Ideally, they need to save here, but this just doesn't feel like a situation you want to save from. That HG should make up their mind. This has been really disappointing. Already looking for these aggressive duels as Shock has fallen first again. This is getting a little bit desperate now. "45 seconds, Calyx up and out. Short, what is Peppo doing? I think he's blinded there, but he's still very exposed. He's all the way through the smoke with no support. This is just disaster after disaster for Sinners. They need to wake up, and they need to wake up now, or this is game over. They have looked so wildly disappointing on this map. Not just in the sense of not winning rounds, but in the way in which these rounds have unfolded. Decider, which is supposed to be one of their best maps in the ball as well. Instead, it has been pure disappointment. Kisarek first down again. It's not necessarily always him, but it's always one of them being dropped with no trade potential. The bomb site's completely open. Feels like they're having a bit of a rough time with the sites that they stack. I'll be honest with that, right? Consistently, you know, they're putting extra numbers on the A site, B gets overrun. They go for a little bit of an extra B stack in the last round, A gets overrun. Ooh. Thought he was going to land that random tap through the smoke for a second there, but it shouldn't even matter. Not one. It's supposed to go like this, I'll be honest. eternalfire were absolutely stomping. It was their show through and through. And then in what seems like a blink of an eye, it's really flipped on its head. Sinners took 3 in a row to close out an 8-4 half, which, you know, isn't anything to brag about, but it is now recoverable. It's a step in the right direction. And now the pistol round's looking good as well. Unless Masked can do something for the back of the site. It is only the single kill. I don't think that's going to be enough.
Bomb has been planted.
Slugson will tap away. That's just not going to happen. Stressan follows up onto his teammate with bnox gone. Luxon alone. Again, they came really close second time round as well. And they said, yeah, maybe we can't just keep throwing ourselves into these kind of buys, but Oh, nice shot, imo. The investment might actually work out. Oh my god, Mast. Follows up as well as switcheroo into the AK. You gotta be careful. imo's on the other side of the Mac 10. He will start spamming alongside the 5-7. It is a shutdown. Alex got the right idea, at least onto shock, but oh god. He's whiffed the fight. The nade won't finish him either. Beast stick doesn't quite get there quick enough for the kill, but that was a really free opportunity for Calyx, and instead, Beast stick is still alive. Sorry, shock is still alive. When he really shouldn't be. Luxon connects. I see one in the apartments. That's the barrel gonna poke around. Oh god. Can't be feeding Luxon like this. Where's the insta peek? Where's the trades? Everybody's so delayed. This is really disjointed from Sinners. The no scope that I thought connected. Kind of needing to win this round now as Sinners. I mean, they've got money for this one and another in the next if they need it, but the cash isn't really the problem here. It's about completing the comeback. The cherry on top, that's the map win. Shock's taken a lot of damage and Beastick's lost his life. Put down to 32 as well. This is worrying stuff, but stress up. Turns the valve and alleviates a bit of that pressure. Shock's up in the apartments. Oh, this is awkward. They can't find Luxon. How is he still alive? And how is he still hitting shots? Eventually, the trade is there. They now sit at a disadvantage. Shock needs that fight, and he gets it. It leaves Kisarek by himself. He's got the info. There's one on short, and he's just kind of rocking with his back turn. He wants this fight into long first. He knows it'll come. Timing is key, and pressing through the smoke is bnox. Kisarek, there's no real way of coming out on top of that when they're playing coordinated and putting on that kind of pressure. B-stick. A great start. That's the early advantage. Calyx worried about the swing through. In apps. Good work, Calyx. Still alive though. imo coming to join the party. Flashbang. Oh god, this is really awkward. From a man advantage in the 5v4 to a 4v3 the other way. Or doesn't connect. imo backs it up. And just being toyed with. There's 3 here on the A site. What is going on? Bomb down, Kisarek. Creates a bit of room. They're on long. It's him and Stressan that have got to recover this. But a 4v2 that's become now 3. 35 seconds. Stressan ready for the peak on long. What is bnox doing? That is a foolish move. And it may just give Stressan a timing. imo scoped in on it for now, but Stressan, oh, just a little jiggle, doesn't bait out the AWP shot. Kisarek knows that eyes are going to be on him now. As he drops down, swing should come from pit. imo's going to hit the shot. Wow, great start as well. With Day G's Mast. Doubles up alongside bnox. There is an eventual trade, but I think this one might just be dead in the water, to be honest. This has been A very disappointing showing from the boys on Sinners. If they can somehow dig deep and bring this to OT. There's a conversation to be had here, but I just don't think this has been good enough at all. imoRR doubles up. Stress sounds left for the 1v4. Does eventually trade it back, but still 3 more. It's not going to happen. Calyx is there from behind. Shuts it down. 13-11.